Hey there, Devolt here from Capital Insider, and welcome to the Week 2 recap of our bot challenge. So first up, I have been extremely sick this week, so that is why you haven't seen as many videos as you did the week before, and also why I sound like this and look like a hobo right now. But that's no excuse to skip our challenge and skip keeping you updated with what our bots have been doing this week. So just like our last recap video, I'm going to chat to you for a minute up here, and then I'm going to move to the laptop where I can give you all of the feedback, all of the data, and all of the important numbers. Then we can dissect it, because as always, this stuff, I find it super interesting. And if you're watching this video, I assume you're finding it super interesting. Let's get into it. Okay, now let's break down some numbers. So week 2 major patches for ICARUS include: we did some infrastructure patches. We added version 2 strategy frameworks. We added version separation between version 2 and version 2.5 profiles. We improved strategy loading and category management. We fixed multiple launcher startup crashes. We fixed undefined strategy family mapping crashes. And we improved strategy profile migration handling. And we improved active strategy preservation during upgrades. So that's a lot of technical jargon. Essentially what we did this week in terms of infrastructure is just, we took all of our best version 2 strategies, copied them and called them version 2.5, and then everything we learned that version 2 was doing wrong, we tried to fix in version 2.5. The results were kind of mixed. Now as for what we fixed in terms of risk and trade management, we reworked our profit lock and runner protection systems. We added exit optimization paths across version 2.5 strategies. We added giveback percentage tracking to optimization reports. We improved profit protection on winning trades. We added a tighter break-even and profit lock behavior. We continued validation of stop loss, non-regression protections, and we added telemetry health reporting for trade tracking validation. Again, a lot of technical jargon, but essentially what that comes down to, we saw that we were still having the issue in terms of our break-even, where it was either too aggressive and we'd get stopped out and 5 minutes later we would have had $20 or $30, but we were playing it too safe. And especially for ICARUS. ICARUS is supposed to be our wild child. It's supposed to be crazy and just more aggressive than MIDAS. So for it to protect such small profits and not really give our trades breathing room, that's not for ICARUS. Moving on to strategy optimization. We created the version 2.5 optimization branch. We built optimized variants of trend exhaustion fade, MIDAS trading strategy, trades by size strategy, compression breakout strategy, daily level continuation, opening drive, and consensus hunter strategy. So essentially we stopped letting every strategy trade and only our best strategies are trading now. And finally, for strategy optimization, we shifted our focus from creating new strategies to improving our best ones. Next up is our intelligence and analytics. We added strategy version filtering, we added version 2 versus version 2.5 performance separation, we added give back analysis, we added optimization report, we added session window analytics, we added telemetry health dashboard, we added expanded leak detection diagnostics, and we added strategy level performance comparison tools. So again, the point with all of these tools is just, we want to be able to see, why are we winning? Why are we losing? When are we winning and losing? And again, all of this information is incredibly important for making ICARUS as profitable as it can be. Now, something you might have heard a lot of in this video is our give back. Give back percentage, give back analysis. What this essentially means, a lot of our strategies will be super profitable during certain time windows. But then in other time windows, it just gives all of that profit back and more. And you'll see what I mean once we start looking at the exact numbers that our new strategies have been doing. Next up is our session and regime research. We identified the best and worst trading windows for key strategies. We added session-based optimization frameworks. We identified that many strategies perform well during specific windows and poorly outside of them. We began restricting strategies to historical profitable sessions. We continued regime awareness development. Again, this just connects to what I said earlier. For week 2, the goal was, let's take what we've learned in week 1, only let our best performing strategies run, and then also let's optimize them so that we get the best out of our best. Are you following? And then the final patches we did for ICARUS this week is for our launcher instability. In terms of that, what we did this week is we fixed the results tab switching issue, we fixed report rendering issues, we fixed blank result screen issues, we improved results refresh behavior, we improved the UI responsiveness, we reduced launcher crashes significantly, and we improved diagnostics visibility for debugging. So this was essentially just a bunch of front-end stuff. Even though we were collecting the data, some of the data wasn't loading properly, sometimes our launcher for the bot would just crash. These were just a bunch of small nitty-gritty things to make the user experience for us overall better. And now for the fun part. What is the discoveries we made for ICARUS this week? So our biggest discoveries was our winners. Our winning strategies were Trend Exhaustion Fade version 2.5, Trades by Psi version 2.5, Compression Breakout, and the MIDAS trading strategy version 2.5 is showing a tiny bit of promise. Our biggest discovery this week for ICARUS was that our biggest issue isn't entries. Our biggest issue was our exits. Our optimization reports revealed that many strategies had strong win rates, positive trade ideas, and high maximum favorable excursion, but we're giving back most of their profits before closing. So essentially week 2 for ICARUS became more about focusing on profit retention instead of rather signal generation. Now for the surprises for ICARUS in week 2. Trend Exhaustion version 2.5 became one of the strongest strategies. Trades by Psi version 2.5 dramatically outperformed expectations. Compression Breakout version 2.5 underperformed despite its optimization. And Session Analysis showed massive differences between best and worst trading windows. Now as for our week 2 conclusion for ICARUS. Week 2 wasn't about finding new strategies. Week 2 was about discovering why profitable strategies were still losing money. By the end of this week we had stable launcher infrastructure, working version 2.5 strategy framework, better telemetry and diagnostics, session-based intelligence, give-back analysis, and a much smaller champion portfolio. Most importantly, ICARUS stopped behaving like a strategy collection and started behaving like a portfolio manager. The focus for week 3 is no longer finding entries. The focus is maximizing profit retention, reducing give-back, and proving whether the version 2.5 champion strategies can consistently outperform their version 2 predecessors. And now moving on to MIDAS. Here's what we fixed for MIDAS in week 2. First up was runtime tuning system. We built MIDAS's first regime awareness prioritization engine. MIDAS can now recognize market personality, weigh strategies differently by regime, weigh strategies different by session, and adjust candidate ranking without changing signal generation. Most importantly, all tuning is now configurable in bot settings. And that just means no more coding is necessary for future optimization for MIDAS. Which also means this week we didn't spend a single dollar on infrastructure, which in itself is a win. Next up was session intelligence upgrade. We expanded the diagnostics from broad session buckets into detailed session analysis. We now track Sydney session, Tokyo, London pre, London open, New York open, New York at night, and then our late session. This exposed where MIDAS was actually making and losing money. Next up was our structure memory forensic repair. We discovered that the entire structure memory page was starving itself by only loading the newest ordered records. So because of that, we fixed the following. Analytics running on incomplete samples, UCT versus South African Standard Time personality mismatches, structure attribution reconciliation, and unknown structure reporting. Now structure memory can finally become trustworthy. Up next was our attribution coverage repair. We found that most unknown structure trades were not genuinely unknown. So we fixed zero price enrichment failures, stale level attribution, broker symbol normalization issues, and structure re-enrichment logic. So this essentially just means coverage improved significantly and analytics became far more accurate. Moving on, we did an MT5 bridge right back repair. This was a huge discovery. Initially it appeared that trade management wasn't working, but our investigation revealed MT5 was executing stop modifications correctly. The database never received confirmation and diagnostics falsely reported failures. We fixed the bridge result routing so management actions now properly update command status, stop loss changes, management confirmations, and trade state. Next up was our break-even verification. We proved that break-even protection was actually reaching MT5. This completely changed our understanding of MIDAS. The problem wasn't that protection wasn't firing. The problem became, when should protection be firing? And then moving on, next we did runtime tuning diagnostics. We added visibility into runtime tuning activity, candidate promotion, candidate demotion, regime state, session weighing, and attribution tracking. We can now see whether our tuning is actually working or if it's making things worse. Stick with me, we're almost by the end. Up next, we had our early failure system audit. We investigated the repeated early failure exits and we found the strategy wasn't overfiring. Logging was massively overstating activity and partial close payouts were incompatible with bridge requirements. We also began repairing command handling and duplicate event spam. And now our final group of patches for MIDAS for the week was number 9, our management pipeline forensics. This was one of our biggest discoveries so far. Using MFE, MAE, and reversal after profit analytics, we learned that many trades move significantly into profit, some winners are still being given back, and trade management matters more than we expected. This shifted focus away from entries and toward protection and execution quality. The result so far. Our wins for MIDAS for the week was our runtime tuning is live, structure memory is largely repaired, session analytics are useful, MT5 management write back is fixed, break-even execution is verified, diagnostics became trustworthy, and MIDAS is producing enough data for real optimization. Now here's some things that we're still improving. Early failure partial closes, trade management efficiency, Sydney session underperformance, trend follow profitability, reversal after profit trades, and just our overall profitability. Now week 2 for MIDAS wasn't about taking more trades. It was about discovering what part of MIDAS is lying to us. We repaired the telemetry and finally we can figure out where the real profit leaks are hiding. And now just to recap you on some numbers for both of our bots before we end this video so I can go get some medication and rest, because hopefully next week I can feel better. This flu has been killing me. So for ICARUS, up until the date, its total PL is minus $2,331.53. ICARUS's average daily PL is minus $259.06 per day. ICARUS's best day was day 6 with only a loss of minus $39.07. And ICARUS's worst day was day 1 with a loss of $703.23. Moving on to MIDAS. MIDAS's total PL up to date is minus $90.31. MIDAS's average daily PL is minus $10.03 per day. MIDAS's best day yet was today, day 9, with a profit of $48.75. And MIDAS's second best day was day 4 with a profit of $27.11. Now as for MIDAS's worst day, that was day 7 with a loss of $60.45. Combined currently, both of our bots have a total PL of minus $2,421.84 with an average daily PL of minus $269.09 per day, which is kind of terrible, but I'm feeling week 1 is really dragging week 2 down, so hopefully week 3 can start uplifting our average numbers and we can start seeing profitability from both these bots. Now our best combined day was day 6 with only a loss of $59.72, and our worst combined day is still day 1 with a combined loss of $714.90. Our big takeaway from these numbers is ICARUS is currently losing 26 times as much money as MIDAS. But hopefully, if we can somehow optimize all of the systems, does that mean ICARUS can become 26 times as profitable as MIDAS? Let us know in the comments below what you think. And now for our conclusion for week 2. So week 2 has actually gone a lot better than week 1. I mean, if you guys remember, in week 1, ICARUS was losing hundreds of dollars each day. MIDAS wasn't taking trades, and when it was taking trades, it was taking trades super late. But this week, MIDAS actually had its biggest profitable day yet, which is amazing. And ICARUS, it's still losing money, but it's losing fractions of the money it did last week, which is amazing. But we're still not where we want to be yet. We want to be able to give each bot $20 and in a week or 2 have them turn that $20 into $200. That is our second challenge. Challenge 1 that we're doing right now is just to try and see how profitable we can get them and to see if we can get some profitability streaks going. Because again, right now we have 1 green day, 4 red days, and that's not really a great system. But essentially the goal is, can we get 5 green days in a row? Can we get a day where ICARUS and MIDAS is making money? I guess only time will tell. Let us know in the comments below, which bot do you think is going to be most profitable by the end of next week? And while you're there, drop a like, subscribe, and as always, happy investing.